Iain from R.T.O here. Welcome to another edition of the classic album review, and today we're doing a first. It's the first time we've actually reviewed a live album. We're going to do Frampton Comes Alive by Peter Frampton, of course. And before we do actually start, if you've watched the Man O' War, I'm starting to really feel groggy, so I'm gonna get this one done, and I'll warn you now, if I feel like worse than this tomorrow, there will be nothing put up, and that's the reason why I am feeling dreadful. Okay, well, but the show must go on. So Frampton Comes Alive, live double album released by Peter Frampton, 1976. It's one of the best-selling live albums in the United States. He'd released, I think, 4 albums with very little commercial success. But when this came out, it just went boom. Released in 1976 on January the 6th. It debuted on the US Billboard charts at 191. But by the end of April, it got to the top, and it eventually spent 10 weeks, total of 10 consecutive weeks in the top spot through October. Best-selling album in 1976, selling over 8 million copies. They say that it is one of the best-selling live albums to date, with an estimated sales of over 11 million worldwide. That's amazing, isn't it? Haven't had much success with your first 4 solo albums, or your first 4 albums. Bring out a live album and it goes mad. There is a reason, I think, and I'll go through that. So it was recorded at Winterland, San Francisco, and Long Island, New York, in the summer and the fall of 1975. So with the musicians on here are Peter Frampton, of course, Bob Mayo, Stanley Sheldon on bass, and John O. Simmons on drums. Okay, first track is in the introduction, and something's happening. This is a much better version live. I think it's got more depth, and I like the guitar solo on it. It's pretty good, and it was from the Something's Happening album of 1974. Then we get Doobie Wah. I like this track. I like the original song, but this is much better. It just sounds a lot better. It sounds a lot crisper. Great bass line from Stanley Sheldon. Great track. Then we get Lines on My Face, that came from Frampton's Camel. This has always been a really nice song. It's great vocal from Peter. But what's great on this is the guitar solo. It just proves he's one of the best guitar players in the world. Then of course we get Show Me the Way. This is far much better live. I love it when he's on the voice talk box on this. Is great. I think it sounds a lot better. It sounds a bit more deeper and crisp. It's really the definitive version of that song. It's a Plain Shame is next. Come off the Wind of Change album. Always one of my favourite tracks from Peter Frampton. Again, it's far better live. There's so much more atmosphere with it. Wind of Change. something in the middle of this. He's singing away. And if you hear this halfway through, you hear this huge bang in the background. Don't know what it is, but it doesn't put Peter off one little bit. Yeah, just the time of year. I love the version of this off this. It's just Peter and his guitar. Fantastic. Then we get All I Want to Be Is By Your Side. Again, I think the vocal on there is much clearer than on the studio version. It is a nice song. And we get Just the Time of Year. Again, Penny for Your Thoughts. Still very nice. It's just him playing around on his guitar. Baby I Love Your Way. This is a great song. Always like this song. Again, it just sounds better live, I think. I Want to Go to the Sun. Nice little rock track this is. Love the guitar work in this. Nowhere Too Far for My Baby. Another good track. Great solo in this. Brilliant. I Give You Money. Really good version of this. Gives it justice live. Much crisper sound. Do You Feel Like We Do. This is amazing. Best track on this album. I love the bit in the middle when he's doing the voice box, and it goes into a stunning guitar solo at the end. Fantastic. Shine On. Again, it's just brilliant live. I can understand why this album became popular, because it really brings the best out of these songs, and they are the definitive versions of these songs. White Sugar, nice rocker. Love that. So much variation of music on this album. You get nice gentle stuffs and rockers, and this is one of the good rockers. Then we get the worst track on here, Jumpin' Jack Flash. I've never liked this arrangement of the song, and never will. And then on my version I've got Days of Dawn in studio, and a studio version of Do We Feel Like We Do featuring Warren Haynes. This is a really good live album, and again, personally, I prefer all these tracks live. They are the definitive versions of this. This doesn't happen very often, where a live album outsells his first four studio albums, but there is a reason, because these are better versions than the studio. Well, I think it is. So I'm going to give Peter Frampton's live album a 9 out of 10 for R.T.O ranking. Okay, that was a little bit short and sweet, but I am feeling rather lousy now. Hopefully I'll be with you tomorrow. If I am here tomorrow, we're looking at other Iain Gillan solo projects, and tomorrow's retro ranking is The Hollies. Hope you have a good day. I'll try and sort myself out, but if not, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Wednesday. Take care for now.